3-under threat, and technically it still is in this final round, but GU's early bogeys have given the chasers some hope, although Kim Min-joo, who's at 17 under par, making a bit of a mess of things there on the 9th. Could give GU a substantial size lead with 9 to play. I'm Timothy Lowe, and it's been another great week here at High1 CC. Plenty of great scoring. Cutline came at 3 under par after 36 holes of play, but no one's been able to catch GU. Chun Yi-sung, she has tried. She's been hanging in there bravely, but 2 doubles on the card today are not going to help her cause whatsoever. A double at 4, just coming off a double back at 7, so she's 3 over and barely clinging on inside the top 10. Right, Min-joo back at 9, take 2. Oh, that's just gonna hang on. Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, that has now brought double bogey into the equation. GU will just have that little tap in to stay at 22 under. Min-joo gonna fall to at least 16, a mark that also includes Shin Dae-in and this lady, Saw Jin. Picked up an early birdie at the second, gave it back with a drop shot at 6. Unfortunately, can't get that to go. It was a really good round of 65 yesterday for Saw, 8 under par that shot her into this final group at Championship Sunday, chasing a first title. Now this one's from a different zip code for Lee Ji-hyun at the 9th. Also looking for a first win on the KLPGA Tour. Steady round so far, 69 to open, then a pair of 68s over the last couple of days. It's just what happens when you find the wrong segment of some of these greens at High1 CC. Oh, you've got some slopes to deal with. Here's Choi Ye-rim, a lady who knows a thing or two about just coming up short in KLPGA tournaments. Playoff loss this year at Birch Hill. Still winless in her career, but 1 under for her round as she starts the back 9. Oh, stay there. That is so lucky, an inch shorter, and that rolls a good 15 feet away. Here's Kim Soo-ji, just coming off her first birdie of the day, back on 8. Can she go back to back here at 9? Back from all the way out there, but good pace on that putt for Soo-ji. 6 wins. KLPGA Tour. One of them, of course, a major title. 2 of them, in fact, major titles. The Hanwha Championship, sadly no longer being played, and the Jinro Championship at Blue Heron. Wang Yuna having a decent tournament. It's a birdie, moves at a 4 under. So we're into the second half of the season on the 2026 KLPGA Tour. Kim Min-sol leading pretty much every statistical category, the money list, the points list, and the Rookie of the Year race. With her 3 victories, Kim Min-joo, what a time to make a double bogey. So that surrenders solo second, slips her back to 5 under par. Now Park Hye-jun had a good day yesterday, 66 for her, started her day in fabulous fashion with a hole-out eagle at the first. She's 2 under. That's how you play the shot into 10. Nicely controlled. Good birdie opportunity to come. Here, this would be an excellent 2-putt from where that second shot ended up. Very nearly. Good try. That pinch point between the 2 fairway traps that really make this target at the 9th tricky one to hit. See a lot of players with more club head speed, like our championship leader, squeeze lays it up the right-hand side. You cover the corner. That bunker. Shot becomes a whole lot simpler. And that double from Minju has turned Gojiu's advantage to 6 shots. She looks to pick up her second win at High1 CC in 3 years.
수고하셨습니다.
Kim So-jong at the early lead in this championship on day one was 4 under through 3, but hasn't really pressed on since then. Although she's played nicer on the weekend, that birdie taking her to 10 under par. Ma So-young was just starting her day at the opening hole, just through the green, but would get up and down to stay at 10 under. And she began this final day. How about Yun Hwa-young? All the way in the back of the green at 2, takes a good shot to get there. Unfortunately, couldn't convert that putt for birdie. And then at 6, the par 3. Haven't seen a hole in one yet this week at High1 CC. Gina well out of contention at 6 under par. Playing a fine shot into that back pin position.
Sure.
Jin. A little bit of her yesterday. And unfortunately, had to remain ice cold. She was 5 over through 9 before fighting her way back to 9 under for the championship. But a couple of early drop shots for her leave her sliding the wrong way and spending cash through the weekend here at High1 CC. Fairway was safely found at the 9th for Chen Yi-sung. She is with her second to this left pin position. It's a tough little segment of the green to find, but if you can find it, you can give yourself really good birdie looks, and I think that qualifies. Beautifully done for Jun. 10, and Choi Rim with his left to righter. Breeze a bit more of a factor this final round than it was through the early parts of the week. Suji getting her back 9 underway at 14 under par, currently sharing 7th.
Extra.
Stay up. Out of slope around that hole location. Hasn't been the best of days so far for Ko Ji-yoo, but she can always turn it around. Never easy sleeping on a big lead. stay in the process, hit good quality shots, try and protect him. That is absolutely fine on this ninth. Back in a tie for fourth after that double. Looks like it's just about stayed in the fairway. Here's Sun Yu Bing. Had a pretty cheerless afternoon yesterday. Picked up a couple of early birdies. Give himself another opportunity there. GU's lead shrinking, but still at a comfortable 6. She tried to belly this one from that back fringe, but clearly lying okay enough that she feels that she can get contact on the ball. Just about kept it in the fairway. That's going to make all the difference for Kim Min-joo. Much like yesterday, you're trying to control your spin. Keep it on that high level of the green. It's pretty well judged. 10th hole playing strongly downwind. Goji, you could get it awfully close to the front edge. She takes to the tee. Now Suji has worked really hard on her wedge game with her coach Jae Hyuk Lee over the last season. For shots like this, just trying to saw one in, get it to grab. Strike wasn't quite as crisp as she would have preferred. A little down the hill for Goji Yu. Should be sneaking off to the right. Very nicely controlled from Lee Ji-hyun. Just tried to knock it into the upslope, take the sting out. Hit her number bang on point. It was an outstanding second for Jenny Sung. Leads to a birdie. But still, those two double bogeys really unstuck her early doors. She'll battle away. Here's Shindayan, who's been making a big move on Championship Sunday, well into her back nine, but she's 6 under for her round and up into a share of second. Birdie at 11. The first 3 holes start the day before a double at 7. Just birdie 10. Unfortunately, can't get that one to go at the par 4. Suji making a little chip here from off the back of the green. Had it tracking, just needed a bit more speed. No hold, good putt. She'll go to a share of second for the fourth birdie of the day. She is on 10. This putt should have a little movement off the right. Understand the wind maybe knocked out of her sails a little after that real mess she made on 9. Go up to Park Hye-jin. Looks like she's going to have a crack in 2 at this par 5 11th. Yeah, took the brave line and executed nicely on the green with an outside chance for an eagle on this par 5. Ji-hyun. Still a putt that she's got to start. I say at least a ball left, maybe even a ball and a half left, despite it only being about 7 feet. I just didn't trust it. Did not trust the amount of break in that. It's so easy. It's easier said than done. Unfortunately, it's always a chance.
미리 눌러주세요. 이제 칠게요. 칠게요. 앞에 멈춰주세요.
Jenny Sun, final group on the 10th tee. 9 holes to play. GU leading by 6. So you hit driver yesterday, but on the side of caution, going with 3 wood today. Whatever it is, just requires full commitment and a good swing. Looked like a pretty good swing to me. Absolutely fine.
카메라 미리 좀 눌러주세요.
Here's Choi Rin playing the 11th the conventional way with her 3rd shot. When you hit shots like that, absolutely play it as a 3. Beautiful. Sung Yujin, bit of a hook lie into this 12th. That's the Sung Yujin we thought we were going to see yesterday. It all just fizzled out to a 73, so she's got a chance to cut into that lead of Ko Ji-yoo, who sets off on the back 9, up by 6, chasing a 2nd title here in 3 years.
준비하겠습니다. 앞에 멈춰주세요.
This looks like a really heavy lie for Soja, and the ball's going to be below her feet as well. Forced to aim left, just waiting for some release, but you pull it too far left. That's not going to be an easy two-putt. To play a little guessing game. Guessed pretty well. Does it stay? It does. Hybrid out. I thought she had 111. Is this a layup? Yeah, it has to be from 264. This is the perfect angle to come into this right hole location. Slide down slope, 96 meters. Try to cover at least 90 to make sure you get it on that upper ridge. The skipper, and she's pulled it off. What a shot. The chasers are throwing everything they have at KLPGA. The advantage remains comfortable, and this is a nice full number for a lob wedge. You can throw it on that back plateau if she wants, or she can try and play that shot that Johnny Sung did, which is the low driving screamer. Taking the high road. Got herself a nice look. It's an eagle look for Park Hye-jin across at the 11th. Very nicely worked out for pace. Just wait on that. She should creep up to 16 under par momentarily. Here's Shin Dae-in. Take it to 17 under. Oh, look at that. Excellent birdie. 7 under for her round. At the moment, that's solo second. Of course, Sung Yoo-jin with a tiny little putt left at 12 to join her on that mark. Lee Seol-yeon has given herself an even better look for eagle on 11. Get it to go. That'll be a much needed birdie. 2 over par for a round today. Make it 1 over at the completion of this par 5. Talk about that little tap in. Here it is for Sung Yoo-jin. With 4 to play at 17 under. Sung Yoo-jin with 6 to play. The pair of them now are KLPGA's closest challengers, but still a whopping 5 shots behind. Choi Rim, a couple shots further back with a good chance to move to 15 under. That's a real shame. Jin should want to go left early, but certainly the last 6-7 feet of it, it's really going to be breaking hard off to the right. You can see there, it just looks like someone kicks it. Gets to that point. A tough assignment to read when you start putting pins in trickier places. Give yourself up into a share of fourth with Sarah Jig, who still has work to do on 10. Bold, aggressive play. Yields a birdie for Parkia Jim. Back on 10, GU. Birdieless so far on Sunday. Remains birdie free. Back to the 9th. Kim Min-sun finishing off her round. Back of the par for assault. This one's sneaky slow, so give it a little extra pace. Manage that well. The par from tee shot. Kim Soo-ji well down the fairway. This 11th. The target reachable. Very much so from 204. Take the direct line over the water, cover the front edge of the green. Quite at it, that's a little wide. Or was it wet? Still got some movement in this birdie putt for Chun Yi-sung. Very well managed, an excellent played hole from Jun. Back-to-back birdies, but still +1 for this final round. Kim Min-sun, hopefully final putt of the day for the winner of the next St. Nine Masters back in May. Indeed it is. Caps off a solid week. That triple bogey at 7 should notch another top 25. Her layup at 11. The old-fashioned way. Pretty well done. Shows you how quickly things can flip-flop on this leaderboard. She was in solo second not 2 holes ago. Now finds herself in solo 6th. As the final threesome is set to tackle this par 5 11th. Really like this hole. Play from the elevated tee, fairway sneaks away to the right. He tempts you into trying to cut off a piece of that dog leg. And if you do, target reachable in 2. If you don't, play it as a 3-shotter, but it's not the easiest layup in the world, particularly if you're coming from the rough. GU has certainly liked this, the look of this hole this week. She's birdied it every single day. Concern. That's why just into the left rough, but Maybe that's not a bad thing as a tempter to try and reach into, just play it as it was designed to be. Suji, after finding the water, played 4. Also looking a little left, but that should stay in the short grass. Park Lin-kyung hanging live at the 13th off the downslope. Trying to play to a raised green, not an easy shot, which he's managed very well. Reachable for Jung and Sam. It's just going to have to be a 3-shot hole. It's probably not quite as long as some of her peers on tour. She's been on a tear lately, Sung Yujin. Can she keep it going at the 13th? Yujin just from the right edge of the fairway at the 12th. Slim one in from right to left. It's going to come off that slope. Yeah, down you come. Shot down in the back of this. There's a little stab required. It's not blade. Takes a lot of acceleration to cut through that long grass. Die-in on 15 as the breeze really starting to whip at this high section of the golf course. Get herself back on that birdie train. Hasn't made one since the 5th. There's one now. Nice recovery for Kim Min-joo. It's going to be below her feet, so that forces you a little right. You know there's trouble left, but you ventured too far right, and there's trouble there as well. penalty shots that she's taken. We called her on the 7th, was it Friday? We used her double. In the par 5 like 11, where a bunch of players are picking up birdies. She walks off with a bogey. Jakes you can ill afford to make. Now, it's Sojin. She won with the fairway. Gets a good break, skipping through the bunker. Not a club in hand for Kojiu, but sensibly looks to try to keep this down the right-hand side for her layup. That's a brave shot. It was very nicely taken. But try for Park Hye-jun at 12. Tight draw. This fairway at 12. Drawing too much for Kim Min-ju. He just hangs on to the left edge. So Eugene will be unlikely for 3 in a row, but she'll give it an almighty try from 30 feet. Still has a reasonable distance to go, 114, so that's probably in the range of an 8 iron playing into the breeze. He's good. That didn't move. It was right where she aimed it. Put that good break running through the trap. So we're in at 11. Kim Min-byul at the 18th for eagle. She doesn't lack for distance off the tee. It's a good try. Checking off holes now. Kojiu. Give herself looks, but she's almost at that point where she can just power her way to a victory. Some mistakes that were not present in the early going of this championship. Never easy to get across the line, but the lead is still comfortable for now for Kojiu, whose advantage is 5. miscalculation. He's Koji over the back of the green at 11, but not too bad in this position. I think it was the solid of contact, but that'll just scuttle along to the safety of the tap-in. Or tap-in range, I should say. And the hole checked off. Hit on 12. She's going to try and use that backboard like so many have done before. Well, nice number for that front edge and good distance control for Kim. Feel a little uncomfortable when always below the level of your feet, particularly on a putt. That's what faces sort of a chin here, standing a little bit higher up on that shoulder. This one kicks right early. Just stayed dead straight. That's very unusual. Lengthy one for Shin Dae-in and her birdie at 15. Just be glad to get down in 2 from this point. That is not good at all for Shin Dae-in. Big miscalculation. She needed to be perfect all the way home, and as unlikely as it would have been at the start of the day, I think that might be her race run. Back to 11, and Jenny Sung go back to back. Sung Yujin has reached the 14th. Looking good. Just didn't have the heat. Hybrid Park Hyun Kyung at this par 3 took an aggressive line and played a lovely shot. Just a little downhill. Very straight putt on 12. Agonizingly close again. towards the left edge of the tower in the distance. Absolutely striped it. Here's Troy Rim on the 13th. Hanging line, elevated green. I feel like you're playing this 110. That's magnificent. Started down the right half of the fairway. Needs a soft bounce. She'll get it.
기다리겠습니다.
Likely birdie attempt for Sung Yoo-jin here on 14. Sneaky quick putt though, cutting down that ridge. And you hit your horses, hit the brakes. Some players do that so many times through the years at High1 CC. Just gets away from you. We'll drop back to the 13th. Park Hye-jun coming up the hill, much flatter lie than Choi Rim. Can't get it to grab. Bold line off the tee for Park Hyun-kyung, and she can't get that to go either. Leaking a little bit for Jun Yi-sung. Needs to settle. Oh, that's not where you want to leave it. Wrong level of the green.
앞에 멈춰주세요. 앞에 멈춰주세요.
Six iron, which feels like plenty of club. She should be able to sling it a little and work it off that slope past the pin. And it's never going to go long, had to protect. Perfect position, but cannot afford to make the same mistake she did yesterday by going long. Okay, that stays. Good shot. he'll afford a mistake. It's a 3-putt for Shin Dae-in on 15. It's a 3-putt for Sung Yoo-jin on 14. And they're making the road to victory all that much easier for Ko Ji-yoo. Jin can only muster par. Just got to get this over the crest, and then the slope will take care of the rest. And really, that's about as good as she could have done from there. Stay up. Oh, gosh. Dying. Short-sided at the 16th. Got to play this with speed and loft. Just decelerated a little into it. Understandably so. Spending a little money on this back nine. Cruising through 14, and she just hit the skids a little. Go to Ko Ji-yoo. His lead has returned to 6, and will stay there. Bogey, Shin Dae-in drops back to 15 under par as we go back to the 30 for Kim Min-joo. See the balls react. A couple of strange ones on that 30. They look like they should grab, and then they just sort of drop flat on and then release. I'm not sure if it's poor strikes or green firming up, but very curious reactions as we go to Soha Jin. Trying to find one from just inside of 20 feet at 12. I had it tracking, but like so many this week, it's come up a little short.
지금이면 다 치자, 수정아.
First of the day at former champion here in Hee-jeong. She's a titleist as well on the KLPGA Tour in her quest to try and rekindle some of the magic that saw her win 6 times in her career. Quietly having a nice week. 1 drop shot on the card that came at the 9th. She's 1 under par for her round today as she steps up to the 16th. Sounds to complete a good 2-putt. Yeah, nice par. Nice par from that upper level. Easier said than done. She'll walk away unscathed. Decent effort for Kim Min-joo at 13. Now, 4-way tie for 2nd place. Shades of last week at the Lotte Open. It's port of call for the final group, the 13th hole, and the curious heart-shaped bunkers with pink sand. It's a scene I will never be able to get used to when we come here to High1 Resort. Second shot into 18 for Song Eun-ah, who's at 7 under par, but has an eagle putt to end her week here at High1. Over par 74 to close out the week for Song Eun-ah. Looks like 3-wood for Song Eun-jin off the 13th. Just trying to keep this down that straight and narrow. You need as much control as you can coming into this raised target. cruising along on this back nine. Here she is for birdie at 14. It's a tougher shot to try and play off the tee to leave yourself in that left segment, but if you do, it's much easier. But don't have that sneaky slope to contend with from the right-hand side. Par will keep Park in that four-way share of second. So Jin sizing this one up at the 13. See how this ball hits the dance floor. Pitched hard. I think that was also coming into that fringe to get a bit of grab on it. The birdie got she was after. Strikes out good for goal. Shadrad skids a little. Again, we've got that big lead. That is absolutely fine. Has to play that draw. Should start to move a little left. Okay, pretty good shot. We want to be on this 13th and see the golf ball. That's how thick it is down that left-hand side. It onto the front edge of the green. Problems there for Johnny Sung. Let's go up to the 18th and Yang Hyo Lin. She's been left to rue too many mistakes on this weekend. 76 for her today. She has really struggled in those first couple of holes. It's going to be costly. Back to the par 5 15th and the third for Park Hyun Kyung. Jaravi Bunchan playing alongside Hyo Jin. Birdie chance to end her week at 10 under par. Yeah, good playing this week from the Thai history maker on the KLPGA Tour. Of course, lady from Thailand to win in South Korea, and she's had a very special week. Her boyfriend, Sadom Kaukenjana, also an excellent professional in his own right, has been with her all the way through the week. So good playing for Jaravi Eugene. It's going to be showing Park Hyun Kim the line there on the par 5. So 4 players at 16 under the Pro GU, comfortably 6 clear with just half a dozen holes to play. Lots of green to play with for Jenny Sung, chipping up the slope on 13. Minju coming down this gentle little slip and slide after 14. Currently sits 6 back at 16 under par, deadlocked for second. Pace looked much better on that one, and somehow she's left it short. You take 3 all day to this whole location at the 14th hole. I saw a Jin. Right to left her. Lovely try. Scoring today not quite as good as it's been over the first 3 rounds. I think a lot of that has got to do with the tucked pin positions. Suddenly Jin can't get that one to go on 15.
이동 멈춰주세요.
GU just in full cruise control mode right now. Won't be opposed to rolling this one in for a 3. They need to have a red number on her cards so far this Sunday. Gonna make one here. Just an alternative. Just trying to see from GU. Here's Hyun Kyung. See if she's learned anything off that putt. Almost a carbon copy. Another hole closer to the finish line for Go GU as she marches to the 14th tee. Go back to the 17th and Shindain, who's had her struggles over the last couple of holes. Chance to recover a shot here with a birdie putt. Be a hybrid here, trying to sling one in off the right.
수고하셨습니다.
One of the longer players on tour, so doesn't have the ability to only come in with a long iron, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for Chinese. Some hybrid clubs get a lot more height, come down a lot softer. That'll help her hold it into that back left segment. Took a bold line and just finishes up in the back left edge. Pretty good. It's flat, but this hole does play a yard or two uphill. Definitely want to take the trouble left of this green out of the equation. So you think would be looking just a little further right of target.
수고하셨습니다.
Took that line, but it's okay. It's on dry land. Up to 15, and Park Hye-jin coming up the slope with her third. Also with hybrid. Quality shot. Skip that through the front rough, and tell you what, Joya Rim has worked it out very nicely. She's got firepower in the locket. Does she have the accuracy to keep it between the lines off the tee? Too dissimilar to the little pit shot she had at the par 5 11th. The club face open, you can stab it into the back, have it pop out with no spin and just trundle along. This is it in an okay spot. Looks like she's going to escape with another par. Safely found on the 17th. Leave a pretty long birdie putt as we go to Park-Hye-Jin with a much shorter effort on the 15th. Yes, it's over. He finally breaks the deadlock at 16 under par. Park-Hye-Jin now into solo second. Tufty lie, but plenty of green with which to work for Solo Jin. Let's try your in after that clever little shot from the left rough. She's going to find a birdie as well. This one since the 6th for Choi Rin, gets her into a share of 6 with Ji Sung and Shin Dae-in. Not going to attack in 2, just going to hang back with a layup. Want to keep it down the left. I'm not sure you want to be that far left, Minju. Sung. Great birdie look on this 14th. Just hangs it a little high. Eugene saw the tee shot on 16. This is the left to right slider she's got for her birdie. Hasn't hit it hard enough. So easy to do. Sometimes you're so fixated with the amount of break you got to play, you just forget to accelerate the club head. Now for par, the championship leader. 5 clear, 4 to go, and 2 of those holes being par 5s. Koji Yu with one hand on the trophy here at High 1 CC. Kim Kyung swats away an aerial bit of interference. Here she is for birdie at the par 3. Suji has found herself bunkered with a layup on the 15th, which shouldn't be a problem. Third at the closing hole. Closes that one up to about 4 feet. A couple late bogeys really hurt her, but she will have a chance to end her championship at 16 under with a closing 67. To equal her efforts from D2. There's Minju. I promise you that's Kim Min-joo, not Koji Yu. And Koji will be lucky that's not her, because Min-joo struggling from the thick stuff again. Back up to Park Hye-jun, who runs in solo second now after her birdie, her tee shot at 16. Location, trying to cut one in against the slope, but just turning just a little. Try and get a little help. Ooh, that's going to be a finicky little one for Park Hye-jun. Awful putting stroke that was. Just came off the putter straight left. It's been a poor finish to what was otherwise a spectacular run of golf for Shindai, and who will notch a top 10. Now to 15. Jenny Sung on the tee. This is Koji Yu. She has played the par 5s exceptionally well this week. High 1 CC. Taking chances when she's gotten them. right. Shot this hole a little bit. Change on one. For a birdie. Short of the green with her third. Very much in danger of dropping another shot. Disappointed with how this round came to a close, but still could take a great measure of pride in the closing round of 68, and will be inside the top 10. Sue, but on the 18th. Just going to come up a little shy. Trudge up the hill towards this pretty exposed 15th hole. Par 5 that feels like it's almost a horizon green. It just keeps going and going and going down the right half of this fairway. It's tricky just to pick a start line over the shrubbery, this penalty area. There is obviously more room left down the right side for this layup. Solojin will be first to play. Green, Suji coming down the hill for her birdie. Double breaker this. Goes right down the slope and then comes back to the left at the cup. Wonderfully read by Kim Suji, who pops it in from distance to go to 13 under and back inside the top 10. was happening. Sun. Look at this for her layup. It's closer. Saw it jump. For her par. Working hard on this 15th. To no avail, another 6 on the card, and Kim Min-joo tumbles back down to 15 under par. Jin not going to putt it with that sprinkler in the way, so got to chip it onto this downslope. Just have it chase. Good shot. Kyung coming into 17 with a 6-iron with his front left pin. Pretty close to the green, but we'll have to make sure that she favors the left-hand side. If she does miss, leak this one out right, you're going to be re-hitting. That is absolute class. Go GU. Green high in 2 with that 5-shot lead. That is the key to victory at High1 CC, and no one's done it better this week than the 2024 champion. Up to Sung Yoo Jin on 17. Suji at par 3, 16th. Drawn to a little fat mouse in this. It suits her eye nicely. A bigger kick, and that would have taken the slope. So, gouged a big divot out of the ground there. Contact a little heavy, but it's a fortuitous break rolling out of the thicker rough. Club of choice. It's a nice skip up. So 61 meters to go, so maybe a little off-speed lob wedge would be the play. Really nicely judged. headed towards the finish line, and the result feels inevitable. Go GU up by 5. Seen this movie a couple of times, this back nine. Go GU, tough tee lie, upslope in the rough, but not a hard up and down at all. Throw this about halfway there. Slope should carry it down towards the pin. Just like that. Well managed. Suji, chop and run required from this thick lie on 16. How about in? How about in? Kim Suji with a much needed birdie there. Goes back to back and gets herself up to 14 under par, which leaves her in ninth all by herself. And flag sticks out. Intentions clear for Soerjin at the par 5. Putt this one. Try and keep it rolling smoothly through that fringe. After that good tee shot at 16 for birdie. Not going to fall off low. steady par, but a couple of players just struggling towards the end of their rounds. Now here's Chun Yi-sung to that very nicely played approach. Just a little too far outside. Kim Kyung through the back of the green at 17, but not a hard up and down whatsoever for her. So time and time again, she has got a wonderful pair of hands around the greens. Slips it wide. Doesn't really matter for Go Ji-Yu. She knows pars will get it done. Right. Borrowed for some Eugene. To the tee box for Kim Soo-ji. Up the left edge of this fairway. Sick at transition, but just into the right rough. Got to the closing hole, and Yu Lim for a closing birdie. Doubled her opening hole, has battled back nicely since then. It's going to be a round of 2 under par 71 at the moment, good enough for a top 10 finish. On the 17th. Towering cut required off the 16th for Go Ji-Yu. She's got 5 iron, which is plenty of club. Less than ideal contact. Great danger. Short there. Jump. Love to end her day with a birdie on 18. This would be for a 13th. All things considered, it's been a nice tournament for In Hee Jung. In partnership with experienced caddy Lee Sun-Suk, off to a solid start. 73 for In Hee Jung on Championship Sunday. And then Pulled this one in for her par and a 71. Sarah Jin on 16 degrees, time to pick up into her fade. She's got hybrid. It's an excellent tee shot, really good. Here's Park on 17 at 17 under. Tracking. Oh, how does that stay straight? It was trying to move right. She has put together a very good final day, but I don't think it's going to be enough to even scare Go Ji Yoo, who's just come up short of 16, leading by 5. Some excellent tap from around the greens. Will give her an easy tap in for par. Into a thick looking lie at the last for Cutiful. 8 times a winner on the KLPGA Tour. Not going to get any spin from here. Played. Also a thick lie for Jenny Sung, short of the 16th. Plenty of green to work with for her, all sloping down towards the pin.
네, 여러분 지금부터 15조 선수들을 소개해드리겠습니다. 소개될 때마다
Couple of good shots into this pin on 17 today. Kim Min-ju deliver another. He's back on 15 under par. Excellent tee shot. Sarah Jin with a birdie opportunity. 16, trying to move alongside Park Hye-jin in the chair of second. Not much break in it. Just forgot to hit it. Jumper coming from that right-hand rough. Go, get up that hill. No, not quite. That's going to be a tough two-putt for Suji. Tough scene there on 18 for Park Hye-jin. Played some quality golf this back nine, but just the lone birdie on the 10th. 8 pars in a row to finish. And she's going to card a 71 to end her week at High1 CC. 2 holes left to go. Goji Yu and company. That's what lies ahead on 17. Driven the ball very nicely. All tournament long, GU. Of course, as I say that, fats one into the right rough. That's fine, again, no real harm done. Up at the last, Yu So-yeon caps off a solid week with a closing birdie for a round of 73. A really nice tournament comes to an end for Sung Yujin with a 69 and a run of 17 under par, so technically that posts the clubhouse lead. Excellent two-putt from this position for Suji. Up and over that big ridge. It's 4 under par rounds for Park Hyun-kyung this week at High1 CC. Will take a good amount of confidence into the rest of the second half of the year. Back to Minju down the hill, slipping to the right for her birdie on 17. Could you reach into on the 18th? The kick forward just bounced a little left, and that doesn't look like the best of lies. Looks like it's in a bit of a depression actually. Suji trying to complete a good two-putt on the previous green. Golf gods giveth, the golf gods taketh away. After a couple of back-to-back birdies, Suji surrenders a shot. He's got all the tools to pick up multiple victories in the KLPGA Tour, but it just feels like every now and then a little mental error costs Minju a chance. Still a great tournament so far for Kim. The green ahead clear, the final group set to play their seconds to this 17th green. So, longest club she carries is a 5-iron. And just crest the ridge that caught up Kim Soo-ji. A little feed on down. Good shot. less for Chun-Yi Sung. Really step on it. I'm sure she de-lofts it a little, try and get it turning over. She's done that. Great shot. Now to the last, and Choi Rim with her third. Gonna break the deadlock at 15 under par. She'll do that. She will certainly do that. Excellent touch from Choi. Kim Min-ju didn't hit a very solid tee shot yesterday. Was very far back. Her second and subsequently her third. See if she can muster a little better effort on Sunday. Goji, that spot faces her up ahead. Don't think she could take a direct line at the pin, gotta look right. I know she has won this week with her aggressive style of play and her insistence to not back down. Used a little quality shot there on the 17th. She's gonna win this championship in flashy fashion. And it really has been befitting of the excellent quality of golf that we have seen here at High1 CC. Kim Soo-ji sends one away down the 72nd hole. And it's a good one. Accelerated into it.
네, 이번에는 17조 선수들을 소개해드리겠습니다.
Outside chance for Sora Jin to join the 17 unders. Apart from length, it isn't all too problematic. Just a simple case of dialing in your pace. You don't have to do anything too complicated as far as line goes. Not a good putt whatsoever. Much to be desired. Many times you could say poor par, but you have to say that probably is for part here, Jun. Maxim Eugen 17 under par total with a closing round of 69. A beautiful shot into this penultimate green has seen Jimmy Sung with this opportunity. Movement off her left, maybe just a little down the hill. Tracking what we saw Park Hye-jin's putt do the exact same thing, just that last foot, it stops braking and stays straight. Seung-yeon love to end her week in double digits under par. She won't. Expensive final round of 4 over par 77 for her. Drops her outside of the top 20. Go Ji-Yu. Maybe she could be a little encumbered by the cut of fringe, with the fringe grass behind that ball. So I'm just going to hover that putter a little, almost feel like you hit down the ball, make sure that you get good contact on it. Nice tournament for Choi Yeon-in. Closing birdie, round in 70 and a top 5 for her. I get the sense that it's a case of when, not if, she eventually joins the winner's circle. And she's trying to muscle one out of the rough, and uh-oh. Is that in the penalty area? Out of this length of pass origin. Bravely rolls it in. Good putt there. Keeps her even for Championship Sunday. Suji at the home hole. Two excellent shots. Focus on the task at hand, not think about the prize presentation and the winner's speech in a few short moments. Get this one in for par. Well done. One hole left to play. Ji-Yu's march to victory culminates shortly at High1 CC.
이제 플레이할게요. 카메라 지금 눌러주세요.
To the final hole of what's been a fantastic championship at High1. Once again, his son leads the final group off.
카메라 미리 좀 눌러주세요. 플레이하겠습니다.
After that really good par save back on 17th, saw a Jin moment share a fourth birdie here and get her best ever finish on the KLPGA Tour. A little, and safe to say that second shot did avoid the trouble for Kim Min-joo. Now playing 3, and a very good one at that. For Ko Ji-yu, 1 hole left to play before she gets her hands on a trophy for the 4th time in her KLPGA Tour career. 463 meters away from a second victory at High1 CC. Up to the green, and Lee Ji-hyun, third shot. Came out a little hot on her. It was tumbling by to about 10 feet.
이번에는 19조 선수들이 그린으로 입장했습니다. 소개해드리면 큰 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 올 시즌 톱10 3차례를 기록하며 꾸준한 활약을 이어가고 있는 김민주 프로입니다. 다음은 정교한 아이언샷과 안정적인 경기 운영을 강점으로 활약하고 있는 이지영 프로입니다.
Kim Soo-ji set up an eagle opportunity.
마지막으로 KLPGA 통산 6승 중 3승을 메이저 대회에서 거둔 메이저 퀸 김수지 프로입니다.
Get inside the top 5. 2 putts minimum. She's going to pick up a couple of extra $1,000. 1 billion Korean won. Prize pot up for distribution. Just over 200 million won heading the way of the champion. No doubt. Ko Ji-yu. To finish, and it was a colourful card on Sunday for Kim Soo-ji. 4 drop shots. This to be her final fourth and final birdie in a round of 73 that leaves her in solo ninth. Back down the fairway, Sawyer-Jin. Unencumbered by anything really. Nice flat lie. Middle of the fairway. Getting close to the front edge of the green. Minju. Came on air, she was at 17 under par, trying to close the gap to a struggling Ko Ji Yoo, and ultimately she will finish outside the top 5. It's a disappointment on the back 9 for Kim Minju. For goal. Solid contact here, and she can enjoy the walk up towards the clubhouse. Herself to end the championship at 14 under. Now, you have to be content to share 10th spot with the likes of Yu Lin and Park Hyun Kyung. A round of 1 over par for Ji Hyun. She will be bitterly disappointed with the way that things transpired over the last 2.5 hours. When the dust settles, I think she'll be pleased with another solid week. Going to be her 5th top 10 of the season so far. That's a disappointing 74 to close out the championship for the opening round co-leader. Just 3 golfers left out on the golf course. Plenty of money to play for if you are son of that lady, Sawyer-Jin. So going to be first to go. Can just look to carry this maybe a yard, 2 yards past the fringe. It just sort of funnels down to where the pin is today, and the fact that it's been into a bit of breeze should help cushion the landing a little bit. Although she's coming out of the rough. The lie is not as bad as it could have been. Didn't quite throw it up far enough, but still will have a birdie opportunity. Simpler prospect for Sawyer-Jin. She'll be able to have lots of control on this, on the spin from the fairway. 57 meters to go. Threw in a little deeper, maybe a touch too deep. The victory never much in question, even at the beginning of the day, despite the early stumbles. Some brilliant golf over the first 3 days from this young lady. Really left the result of this championship in question, but you know she'd love to end her day with a birdie. Hasn't made one all Sunday long. She's given herself a decent opportunity on this 18th hole. This angle, the breeze is into her, but coming off the left, so she can just take it at that pole in the hospitality just to the left of the pin. Doesn't have to try and bump this short and chase it on, can throw it onto the green with some check. Touch ham-handed with it, but it won't matter. Couple of putts before the formalities of this championship can be concluded. Jenny Sung first for birdie. Hits something and wobbled a little bit. 8 feet into its journey. These greens at High1 CC have been pristine all week, so that was just a little strange to see. Back on the tee box, Solajin for the best finished ever, for her best ever finish on the KLPGA Tour, for a birdie and a share of second place. Just wobbled a little offline, but still a fantastic tournament for Solajin, who will have to be content to share fourth with Choi Rim. Double par 73 to finish for Urjin. Could have counted herself, first time being in the final group on Sunday. Good you to end this championship in style. To go wire to wire at High1 CC championship, which he dominated from the word go. Tournament got underway under gloomy conditions on Thursday. Inclement weather pushed the start of the opening round back some 3 hours. We saw a lot of Solajin in our coverage in the opening round. Saw a lot of Goji Yu in our coverage of the opening round. Despite her being a morning starter and what we saw, she always looked so seriously impressive. Counted a 64 to start her week on Thursday, backed it up with a 67 on Friday, and then just blitzed the field with another 64 yesterday to build an 8-shot lead getting into the final round, and she was never going to be caught. Gave it a mighty fine effort. She'll stick a mark on that. Let Jenny Sung get out of the way. Might be a little tricky. I reckon it's just, don't give the hole away. Play it with some pace. Couple of double bogeys early days on that front nine, costing Chun Yi-sung the chance to push Goji Yu for the victory. It's a week at 14 under. Open, Goji Yu, as waited for, has now arrived for the title. impressive, inevitable. Go GU goes wire to wire at High1 CC. Her second title here in 3 years, her fourth in her KLPGA Tour career. Go GU dominant at the High1 Resort Ladies Championship. Started the week with a downpour. I don't think OGU is going to mind that her week has ended with one. I don't know if we've done this enough times to realize that you're probably better off hugging after she towels off, because goodness me, she was absolutely drenched there. Brilliant win for Go GU. Huge congratulations, claiming a fourth title on tour.
여기
She did in such impressive fashion as well. Set the course record on Thursday. Now playing as a past 73, 264s en route to a comfortable victory for Go GU, our champion here at High1 CC. The tour's going to take a little break next week, but we will return for the Aurora World Championship as that gets underway on the 30th of July from the Aurora Golf Resort, where Bae So-hyun will defend the title. And then as we swing into August, we'll be heading back to the southern island of Jeju for the Jeju Samdasu Masters, where it'll be the turn of Go GU's sister Go Ji-won to defend her crown. Sister duo winners on the KLPGA Tour. GU will be the toast of the town here at High1 Resort Country Club. So many congratulations, 5 shots the margin of victory for Go GU. It's been a fantastic week at High1 CC. Thank you so much for your company. Take care, have a wonderful Sunday evening ahead, and we'll see you next time on the KLPGA Tour. Timothy Lowe saying goodbye and good night from High1 CC.
그러니까 3837호 맞죠?
네. 들려요. 일, 일단 저 근데 먼저 감사한 분 먼저 해도 될까요? 네. 일단 저희 삼천리 이만득 회장님께 진심으로 감사드린다고 말씀드리고요. 항상 저희 골프에 대한 고민을 함께 들어주시고 조언해주시는 회장님 덕분에 마음 편하게 든든하게 플레이할 수 있었습니다. 요즘 최근 몇 주 동안 좀 잘 안 풀려서 힘들었거든요. 근데 그래서 여기 하이원에 와서도 기대보다는 걱정이 많았고 예선 통과도 사실 기대를 안 하고 임했어요. 플레이 할 때. 오히려 이렇게 좀 마음을 내려놓고 플레이 한 게 잘 풀렸던 것 같아요. 네. 감사합니다. 네. 사실 힘든 건 하나도 없었고요. 진짜 인생이 이렇구나. 진짜 골프는 모르는 거구나. 어제까지 그렇게 쏙쏙 잘 되던 골프가 오늘은 같은 마음으로 했는데도 이렇게 되는 거 보니까 진짜 내 마음대로 되는 게 아니라는 걸 또 한 번 깨닫게 되는 하루인 것 같아요. 네. 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 현재 몸 상태는 많이 올라와서 오히려 전보다 더 좋아졌을 정도로 플레이하는데 크게 지장 없는 상태입니다. 네. 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 그게 끊어간 게 아니라 저는 다친 건데 바람이 꽤 많아서 많이 안 갔어요. 네. 네. 진짜 저도 신기합니다. 네. 저도 신기하고 우승 4번이 다 같은 곳에서 있으니까 이게 여기 땅을 사야 하나 싶을 정도로. 네. 네. 일단 엄마 아빠 정말 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. 그리고 오늘 응원 끝까지 해준 지원이 그리고 필간이도 멀리까지 와줘서 응원해줘서 너무너무 고맙고 사랑해. 다들 너무 고마워. 우선 이렇게 좋은 경기로 다시 인사드릴 수 있어서 정말 너무 기쁘고요. 항상 멀리서 응원해주시고 TV로 응원해주시는 많은 팬분들 정말 감사합니다. 하반기에도 멋진 모습 많이 보여드릴 수 있도록 노력할 테니까 많이 기대해주시고 응원해주세요. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
시상식을 거행하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 오늘 이 자리를 위해 참석해 주신 내빈분들을 소개해 드리겠습니다. 호명되신 내빈분은 한 발 앞으로 나오셔서 인사를 부탁드리겠습니다. 자, 먼저 주최사인 강원랜드 이민호 관광마케팅 본부장 직무대행님 자리해 주셨습니다. 박수로 환영해 주시죠. 네, 그리고 다음으로 주관사 한국여자프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님 자리해 주셨습니다. 박수로 환영해 주시죠. 네, 본격적인 시상에 앞서서 먼저 기부금 전달식이 있겠습니다. KLPGA와 하이원 리조트 여자오픈 2016은 작년에 이어 골프 팬에게 받은 사랑을 지역사회에 환원하고 지역경제 활성화에 기여하고자 체리티 형식의 KLPGA 도네이션 스토어를 운영해 대회 기간 판매된 제품의 수익금 전액을 석탄산업 전환지역 스포츠 꿈나무를 위해 기부한다고 하는데요. 강원랜드 이민호 관광마케팅본부장 직무대행님과 한국여자프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님은 앞으로 자리해 주시길 바라겠습니다. 자, 그럼 김순희 수석부회장님께서 이민호 관광마케팅본부장 직무대행님께 기부금을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 뜨거운 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 지역사회에 환원하고 지역경제 활성화에 기여하는 아주 의미 있는 기부금 전달식이 진행됐습니다. 다시 한번 축하의 박수를 보내주시기 바랍니다. 네, 전달된 기부금이 석탄산업 전환지역 스포츠 꿈나무들에게 잘 전달되어 그 꿈나무들이 또 하이원 리조트 여자오픈에서 활약하는 모습을 기대해 보겠습니다. 자, 그럼 다음으로 바로 우승자 시상을 이어가겠습니다. 시상에는 이민호 관광마케팅본부장 직무대행님, 한국여자프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님께서 수고해 주실 텐데요. 먼저 김순희 수석부회장님 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 네, 이번 대회 우승자에게는 우승 자켓과 1억 8천만 원의 상금, 트로피, 그리고 우승자 부상으로 스노우큐 냉장고가 수여되겠습니다. 자, 그럼 발표하겠습니다. 하이원 리조트 여자오픈 2016 우승자 4라운드 22언더파 총 270타를 기록한 고지우 선수입니다. 축하드립니다. 네, 여러분 고지우 선수에게 뜨거운 박수를 보내주시길 바랍니다. 나흘간 선두자리를 지키며 당당하게 우승을 차지했습니다. 2년 만에 다시 정상의 자리에 오릅니다. 자, 먼저 김순희 수석부회장님께서 우승자 자켓을 수여하고 계십니다. 축하의 박수 보내주시죠. 네, 이렇게 또 한 번 2년 만에 보라색 자켓을 입게 된 고지우 선수인데요. 압도적인 경기력으로 당당하게 우승을 차지했습니다. 기념사진 촬영 곧바로 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 역시나 보라색이 너무나도 잘 어울리는 고지우 선수고요. 수석부회장님 고생 많으셨습니다. 자, 이번에는 이민호 관광마케팅본부장 직무대행님 앞으로 오시도록 하겠습니다. 자, 다음으로 이민호 관광마케팅본부장 직무대행님께서 원추리꽃을 담은 우승자 트로피를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 여러분 뜨거운 박수로 축하해 주시죠. 자, 이번 대회 상징, 이 하이원 리조트 여자오픈의 상징이라고 할 수 있는 트로피를 전달하고 있습니다. 네, 또 한 번 이 트로피를 들어올리게 된 고지우 선수인데요. 정말 대단한 승부를 펼치면서 이렇게 우승에 등극했습니다. 다시 한번 축하의 박수를 보내주시죠. 축하드립니다. 네, 이어서 우승 상금 1억 8천만 원을 수여하도록 하겠습니다. 나흘간의 치열한 승부 끝에 고지우 선수가 우승을 달성하면서 1억 8천만 원을 수여받게 됐습니다. 진심으로 축하드립니다. 네, 기념사진 촬영 곧바로 정면 향해서 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 밝은 표정으로. 네, 좋습니다. 수고 많으셨습니다. 자, 그럼 이어서 꽃다발과 우승자 부상을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 이번 다사의 우승을 축하하는 꽃다발 먼저 수여를 하도록 하겠습니다. 축하드립니다. 자, 그리고 우승자의 부상 스노우큐 냉장고를 수여해 드리겠습니다. 여러분 따뜻한 박수로 고지우 선수를 축하해 주시죠. 네, 축하의 꽃다발과 푸짐한 부상과 함께 기념사진 촬영을 또 진행해 봤습니다. 두 분 모두 고생 많으셨습니다.